probably take it away. I'm trying not to turn it off this time and not to edit what I'm saying because I keep doing that, thinking, oh, well, that was a terrible way to end that. Let me just delete that. Or, oh, I forgot to say this about this. So I'm just going with this one, whatever it is, however long it ends up. And besides that, I need to do a blog for Wednesday because I just promised yesterday that I would. But I kind of figure blog counts as vlog, especially because I have to update the blog with the link to the vlog, and now the words have lost all meaning. So now I have to go to this restraining order hearing tomorrow at 1 o'clock and deal with this first one that's just from Paula. And now I have to go next week, next Thursday at 1 o'clock to deal with this one from everybody else. And I called the person who was listed on the paperwork as the attorney to see who's going to be there, because if they're being represented by an attorney, I think I might need to be represented by an attorney too, because, you know, I'm not an attorney, in which case I'm going to ask that they pay for that because I don't have a job, and therefore it's kind of hard to pay for an attorney. So if anybody out there like knows a free attorney or is a free attorney, yeah, you should totally call me. So yes, I am being completely buried in paperwork, or so they want me to be buried in paperwork. I shouldn't say that. They want me to be buried in paperwork. But regardless of how many times my mother asks me, Lord love her, I'm not going to take my blog down. They're just being ridiculous. I don't like you. Get over it. If they don't like it, they should stop reading it, or they should stop looking at it. Nobody's making them, nobody's holding a gun to their head, and nobody's threatening to hold a gun to their head, which is what I would have to be doing in order for them to get a valid restraining order against me. I'm not going to do anything to you other than tell people that I don't like you. When I say that it's a dangerous combination for me to have free time in the internet, it is, because I can do this, like I'm doing right now, because of all this free time. Free time, which, by the way, would be really nice if I could actually use it for what I need to be using it for, which is getting better, because my doctor hasn't approved me to go back to work yet, as you know, which is why I could not get my job back in that so-called hearing. I think you called it a hearing. I called it like an informal meeting because it was, you know, illegal and whatnot, but we're not really talking about this, right? We're talking about the restraining order. You know what's interesting? You know what else we weren't talking about? My sister. Yeah, they decided to bring my sister into it and they referenced in their complaint and in their example of how volatile and crazy I am, after they put forth that they were concerned that I was going to come to the workplace and do violence. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do me some violence. Like, what does that even mean? You mean I'm going to come to the workplace and be violent or commit a violent act? Not do violence. I'm not going to come and do violence. You're idiots. There, you can put that in your next complaint. And then, Your Honor, she called us all a big stinking bunch of idiots. Yeah, I did, you stinking bunch of idiots. Anyway, they brought my sister into it, and they referenced her blog and her example of how we are supposedly, mostly me, are supposedly so unhinged because of an incident that took place like 8 months ago. Wow, they're really focusing on this 8-month thing, which is weird because 8 is supposed to be my sister's lucky number, and it's not really working out so well. Mine is number 17, so hopefully if they file any more paperwork, the hearing will take place on the 17th. But yeah, as their example, they cited an incident where Candace and I protested the hate truck with some love, and our signs that say, Jesus hearts the gays, he hearts us all. I'm sure anybody who is watching this has seen, has seen the pictures of us online holding up our signs and being all like, you suck with your stupid gay hate truck. Yeah, so that was their example of me losing my mind and me going crazy, was when Candace tried to like hijack his truck and, you know, drive it away from the crazy, crazy man, which wasn't even an incident regarding me, which wasn't even me doing anything, which doesn't have anything to do with the blog, so I'm a little confused as to why we're talking about it. I mean, they're going to address it, so I feel like I should address it at least a little bit, but I think that that pretty much sums it up. They're trying to use something that somebody else did 8 months ago as an example of how I'm going to become very violent and why I should have to stay away from all of them. Makes a lot of sense to me. I can't believe that they're wasting my time, they're wasting their time, they're wasting the state's time, they're wasting state's money, and hopefully their own money, because as far as I'm concerned, each one of them should have to pay individually for each of their complaints that they filed, because it had to be stamped in individually. I'm looking in at 4 different stamps. 43, 49, $53, see, yeah, you have to stamp those in separately, and I do hope that you have to pay all $1,775 or whatever it is. You deserve it. You should have to pay more. You should have to pay that money to me, to be perfectly honest, because nobody's reimbursing me for my time. I would like to be looking for a job. I'm sorry if my 20 minutes a week of blogging is upsetting to you, but again, if you don't like it, don't look at it. Oh, that was a threat. She told me not to look at it. Ugh, you guys are just being so ridiculous. Really, can you just get a life? Can you just move on and stop focusing on me and whatever it is that I have to say? I mean, seriously, each one of you individually is old enough to be my parent. Just treat me like I'm a kid, okay? I'm some stupid punk kid, yeah, don't know what I'm talking about, going on a rant, she's crazy, what do you care? I don't work there anymore. I've never come back. I've never seen any of you afterwards. Linda, you're the one who made sure to come out and visit me special at headquarters, which I'm sure you took a taxi over there on the state dime, huh? Got another state hookup there to pay for your firing of me. It's great that they have all the money to do this, but we don't have enough money to keep our prisoners, like, what's the word? Alive. But yeah, she's the one who came to the meeting. I didn't go seek her out, and I called her a weenie because she is a weenie. Because if she wanted to come into the hearing and really see how it went, she should have come into the hearing. It was an open hearing to the public. She spent an hour and a half just chillaxing in the waiting room, waiting to see what had happened, making sure that I got fired. So whatever, if you want to waste your time, that's fine. But the only reason that I'm even still talking about any of this is because of you. Because you won't shut up, and I won't either. I will never shut up. You all worked with me for 2.5 years, and you're crazy about the rest of the stuff, and obviously you don't know me, but you should know. One thing you should know about me is I don't shut up. I don't like it. It's not who I am. It doesn't suit my personality, and especially not about this, because I'm not wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong, and I'm not going to apologize for not liking you when I don't like you. If you don't like it, don't read it. Nobody is making you. I'm excited to see what happens at this hearing tomorrow, at this first one that's just against Paula. Oh, I hope he just looks at it and goes, really, ma'am, a blog? Wasting my time. Wasting my time! Should be ranting about something more productive than my blog. I have many other interesting things happening in my life that I cannot even focus on because of this. Rah! Yeah, you notice I'm not wearing an engagement ring. I bet there's a story behind that. Engagement ring, I thought anyway. See, I have many more fascinating things that I should be talking about, but no, I gotta be talking about this because people keep wanting to come and shove papers down my throat, she said bitterly. And on that cheerful note, I'm gonna go look for an acupuncturist. That is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna go be a little more productive now, and I'm gonna go look into some acupuncture for my endometriosis and whatnot, and not focus on this right now, because I don't need to, because I'm right. And that is what I'll remind myself of. I am right, and you are wrong.